The Big Mouth Season 4 trailer just dropped, and I'm already counting down the days until Netflix releases it on December 4th. This time around, we're taken to the most forbidden of middle school makeout locations, summer camp. There's so much to talk about in this trailer, from the Anxiety Mosquito to this post-apocalyptic warzone, and should we be worried that Maury didn't show up in the trailer at all? I'm Whitney Van Laningham, and today we're breaking down the trailer for Big Mouth Season 4. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to our super nerd sponsor of the day, Devin Elliott, for supporting us on Patreon. If you don't want an in-depth preview of Season 4, now's your chance to dip out. We'll be breaking down the trailer and all the press production stills released this morning. Let's dive right into this thing, dicks first. It's the summer before 8th grade, and where's the best place to discover your own body and maybe somebody else's? Summer camp! When we last left Nick and Andrew, they were in a huge fight. Nick made out with Missy after their steamy performance in Disclosure the Musical, and Andrew, like always, couldn't deal. And judging from the fight they're having at camp in this trailer, it's gonna take a minute before they're BFFs again. Later on in the trailer shows them hanging out at school, so hopefully they've patched things up by the time another harrowing junior high semester starts. But don't worry, there are tons of new characters at summer camp, and at school for both dudes to make friends with in the meantime. And obviously, for the rest of the gang to get to know too. One of the best parts about going to camp is that you get to completely reinvent yourself, so I'm sure we'll see new friendships and relationships start to form. For starters, we've got John Oliver voicing the camp counselor Harry. Based on his outfit and intro, I think we can expect him to be the typical overzealous camp director. We've all had this exact guy leading our preteen camp adventures, right? At camp, Nick and Andrew fight over a friendship with Seth Goldberg, played by none other than Seth Rogen. The real Seth's writing partner is Evan Goldberg, so clearly he mashed up their names together for his character. Cartoon Seth also seems to be another camp stereotype, the cool camper. He and Nick become friends first, but when Andrew shows up to camp after their fight, Nick gets jealous that his ex-BFF stole his new best bud. Hopefully, Jessie is able to make some new friends at camp too, seeing as she and her mom will be moving to New York City for a fresh start after the divorce. Roland, the girl that Nick and Andrew hang out with in the city in Season 1, will be at summer camp too. I'm a little wary because 8th grade girls can be super mean, so hopefully when we get to know Roland a little better, she'll be Jessie's new lifeline in the city. We also get to see some new faces in the trailer, like this kid whose name is apparently Milk. He's got a cool Chewbacca shirt on and looks pretty nerdy, so I think he's going to be a character we can all relate to here at Nerdwire. Milk is played by comedy writer and performer Emily Altman. We've also got a redheaded girl named October, played by comedian and extreme pug enthusiast Maria Bamford, a jersey-clad guy named Dell, played by Jack Knight, a chick with rad 70s style named Avery, played by Maya Rudolph, a tomboy girl named Bahar, played by Mitra Johari, and a dude with a premature preteen receding hairline, Schwartz, played by Paul Scheer. The likeness is uncanny. This season will also have cameos by Emmy Award-winning writer and actress Lena Waithe and BuzzFeed alum Quinta Brunson. In the promo stills, we see Mona introducing Missy to the pair, and based on her breakup with her overalls from later in the trailer, I think these ladies are gonna give Missy a makeover and help her come into her own as a confident black woman. I, for one, am a little sad to see Missy's signature overalls on the chopping block, but I have a feeling that they're not gonna be retired just yet. Also, you may have seen the news that actress Jenny Slate will be handing over her character's voice to comedian Ayo Edebiri, but this transition won't happen until the penultimate episode of this season. Ayo says that the transition will be, quote, a nice farewell to Jenny. Interestingly enough, we don't see Maury at all in the trailer, which is causing some fans to speculate as to his whereabouts. Don't worry though, Netflix's production stills confirm that he is still in this season. He'll be chilling with Matthew, Andrew, and Connie at various points. Still, it's super bizarre that Maury didn't show up in the trailer at all. I wonder if marketing thought that Connie was more iconic. We've also got two brand new monsters, Tito the Anxiety Mosquito and the Gratitoad. Tito will also be played by Maria Bamford, and Gratitoad will be voiced by Zach Galifianakis. Like the Shame Wizard and the Depression Kitty before them, these two are going to teach our favorite middle schoolers about other variations of mental health journeys. We likely won't be seeing a ton of the monsters from Human Resources, however. They're gonna want to be saving that for the spin-off. Maybe we'll even get a backdoor pilot for it. Tito first appears to Nick at summer camp after he loses Seth to Andrew. Because Nick and Jessie seem to always freak out about similar things, Tito also appears to her. Jessie is back in therapy this season, likely to continue her depression treatment and help her adjust to her new private school. The therapist's office is decorated head to toe in frogs and toads, so that's likely where the apparition of the Gratitoad comes in. I predict that the Gratitoad will be an annoying, yet wise, addition to Jessie's therapy. My guess is that he'll bother her at first with his mantras about gratitude and living in the moment, man, but that she'll slowly learn over the season that he's kinda right. Based on what we see later in the trailer, the Gratitoad will also have to face off with Tito in a kaiju battle. It makes sense why Jessie will be fending off the Anxiety Mosquito. Back at her old school, Jay is dating Lola, and it seems like her friends are moving on in their lives without her. I think Jessie is going to spend a lot of this season learning to overcome the insecurity that her old friends will forget about her, and her worry that she'll never adjust to her new life. Also, with this red tsunami in the mix, word on the street is that she's gonna suffer from the worst period of all time this season. Even worse than when she got it at the Statue of Liberty. You just don't live down that kind of mortification twice. In a flash frame, we see that Pickle Rick is out and Duke Ellington's best bud, Hot Dog Rick, is in. I'm expecting a musical number about dicks, penises, and wieners here. We can also expect to see Matthew come out to his dad this season. Matthew's dad is the all-American macho man kind, so it's understandable that he's afraid to tell his dad the truth about his sexuality. Coming out is hard enough as it is without worrying that your parents will send you to a gay conversion camp, or kick you out of the house like so many parents do. Hopefully, his dad will come around to the news after he adjusts to it for a little while. Maybe he'll even say that he knew it all along, and that he supports his son. Either way, Big Mouth does a great job at portraying the realities of being LGBTQ+, so you can look forward to some hilarious, heartfelt moments this season. The preteen I'm most worried about this season is Devon. He's child married now, dude! And although he already had his child bachelor party, there's a shot of him popping champagne bottles with dancers in the background. Is it possible that he's at a strip club? Are we about to see a child divorce? I'm also excited to see where the show goes with its post-apocalyptic disaster movie-style themes. Some scenes will take place in the future, after Missy has died. Bridgeton Middle School has been renamed the Missy Foreman Greenwald Memorial School, and her hologram appears to warn her now grown-up friends that the end of the world is nigh. This seems to tie into the theme of anxiety, aka future trippin', so I predict that this will be a reality break from Nick's perspective, similar to last season's superhero episode. Nick appears to be wrestling with his future self as a primary antagonist, and even pulls a knife on him. Later, we see future Nick floating in loneliness with only his anxiety mosquito to comfort him. This tracks with Nick's concern in the trailer that everyone seems to be pairing off and finding a romantic partner, so I expect themes of solitude to be at play this season. Apparently, in this future timeline, Coach Steve is still alive, Devin and Devon are still together, and so are Lola and Jay, who both got super hot. Dang, future Jay has a crazy six-pack. Speaking of Jay and Lola, who isn't surprised that these two finally got together? They've both got big douchebag energy, and it looks like this relationship is gonna get real dramatic real quick. I'm wondering if we'll see an exploration of mutually toxic romantic relationships this season. I think that this still of them dressed as Bonnie and Clyde with a skeleton hanging in the background means that we're gonna finally get a Halloween episode. Maybe we'll even find out who the ponytail killer is. The scariest thing, however, looks to be this scene. Is that Andrew just showing off his butthole to the entire camp? That looks like Andrew's preteen pot belly to me. And just for the record, all male bodies are beautiful. Just maybe not the butthole part. Also, clearly has some sort of dream where all the squirrels and little birdies in the wilderness have buttholes for eyes and have trapped him inside a butthole in the earth. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna end this thing on buttholes. Let me know in the comments below what you're most excited to see in Big Mouth Season 4. Like and subscribe to Nerdwire, and keep an eye out for Big Mouth, coming to Netflix December 4th, 2020.